Hi everyone, so this is Kathy from Pintail Paddocks. I look quite tired and there's good reasoning for that. Some of you saw the birth of one of the cria the other day, and I thought I'd do an update. I know that I haven't put a video out for a little while, but it's because I've been incredibly busy, and you'll see why in a moment. I'll go over and we'll have a little look at the cria, look at the alpacas, and whilst doing that I will explain to you what's been going on, and a lot has been going on. So here we are in one of the shelters. Over here we have Angel, and this is the cria that you saw born, and if you didn't, I'll link it at the end of the video. So this is Pluto. Now you saw his birth, and to be fair, it looked like a very ordinary birth. It was more or less textbook. However, when little Pluto came out, he was as flat as a pancake. He didn't do anything. He didn't move hardly. He needed support. I had to make sure that his lungs were all clear, which they were, but he was struggling to breathe. He had lots and lots of things given to him to try and stimulate him physically and through mouth, which none of it really made much difference. He was cold, so he ended up having to be warmed up like a hairdryer type system. He was in a box. He got warmed up with a hairdryer. He's wobbling now, but it's not because he's cold. It's because he's tired and he needs to go to sleep. He has been back and forth to the vets. He had sepsis. One of his joints came up. His front left ankle came up, and now his back right knee has come up. So he's been on 4 different antibiotics. He's on painkillers as well. And today the vet decided, even though there is a risk involved in taking some of the fluid off, she took fluid off of both joints so that she can have it analysed, get the information back, and give him the medication that he needs to hopefully overcome this. So we've just got to keep everything crossed still for him. He's still not he's still not out the woods. He's feeding off of mum, which he didn't do initially because he didn't have any energy. But thankfully he is now. Mum prompts him and he prompts mum, so that's good. But he has difficulty walking because of his joints. So it's very much get up, have a drink and sit back down. So that's where we are with him. He, bless him, is so laid back and such a lovely alpaca. Whether it's because he's not feeling great or whether it's just his personality, I don't know. I hope I find out in the future. I hope that, it all comes good. So if you believe in anything, please ask whatever it is that you believe in to support him and send him some good energy, because he definitely needs it. He's not out of the woods. Now this is Polly. She's been Nanty to all of them, so she's just been observing and then getting giddy and excited with the little alpaca cria that we've got over here. So I'll show you them now. So this is Madam Butterfly, and she's a gorgeous girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're gorgeous. And her cria is down here, and she is gorgeous as well, and she's called Minnie, because we thought Pluto and then we thought Minnie. So now that didn't all go to plan either, so bless her. I think Madam Butterfly thought that she was too posh to push, and didn't want to push, but in a way it was a good thing, because when the vet came, the nose was there but the feet weren't in the right position, so the vet had to find the feet, put them in the right position, and then she was hoping that Maddie would help to push her out. However, Maddie chose not to, so what had to happen then was the vet had to get her out. So the vet had to pull, and eventually, thankfully, the gorgeous little Minnie came out, didn't you, Minnie? So that was all good. However, then we went on that Maddie didn't want to let go of her placenta, so she had a retained placenta, which she had lots of medication for, and we thought that we might lose her as well because it just wasn't coming away. But then Thankfully, 3 days later, it did eventually come out. So that was a huge relief, because we knew then that she'd got through the worst of it. We still had to give her antibiotics. She's having the last lot today. Then she went on to have mastitis, so she's still on other antibiotics for that. So now we've just in the process of trying to get the Korea to feed off of her. So Minnie is a sassy little girl, and she's like, I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it. And Maddie's like, well, actually, I don't want you to feed. So it's turned into an interesting conquest, to a challenge. So I've got through to Maddie. So Maddie knows that she needs to feed off of her. All doing it very gently, and trying to do it as best you possibly can, but making her aware that actually this has got to happen. So it's now just working with little Minnie down there and getting her to understand that she's actually got to feed off of mum. So that's where we are at the moment. She's having very little goat's milk, because she was put onto goat's milk. Thankfully, I have goats, so it's nice, fresh, raw milk that she's getting. So that's good. However, today she hasn't had much, because I've made it a little bit of a challenge today to get her on the teat and make sure that she's drinking off of Maddie. So by cutting her milk intake back, I'm hoping that she'll get hungry and then eventually think, well, I've just got to have it off of the teat. So we're working on that anyway. So that's sort of why I've been so busy. Lots of injections for either Maddie or Pluto. But I am glad to say that, Angel's fine, Polly's fine, Maddie now will be fine. Maddie's Korea Minnie will be fine. It's just whether she takes off of mum or whether she continues with the goat's milk. Pluto, we're still not sure about, but we live in hope, and pray that everything will work out for him. Just send him good thoughts. Send him lots of positive thoughts. That's it for me for now. I hope that you understand why I haven't sent one out for a little while. I will try and get some gardening out very soon. However, my gardening has definitely been put on a back burner. I've been eating the raspberries, definitely, and the animals have been having the kale and the cabbage and the broccoli and things like that, along with family and friends. But that's sort of where we are at the moment. I just hope that we're at the end of it and we end up with a nice big positive outcome with Pluto. So wherever you are, I hope that everything's going better for you, and that you haven't had quite so many mishaps as I have, and that you're taking care of yourselves and one another. And I'll catch you again next time. Take care. Bye bye.